Okay. Sorry for the 5 minutes of silence. I had to do some stuff real quick. All right. I first off, before I talk about the whole Percy Jackson thing, I need to talk about how Netflix is not letting me put up this freaking season finale. What are we doing here? Uh, I've tried to upload this video like 5 separate times, and each time they say that it's good, and then it's not good no more. Then like an hour or so later, they come back with more stupid copyright stuff and they block the video, they take it down, and then I have to delete the video, re-edit it, and put it back up. And this has been an ongoing cycle. This is like the first time this has happened to this extent ever. Like I've had videos that have gotten blocked and I've had to re-upload them before, but I've never had it this consistently. And I don't know if it's because all of the sudden I'm now halfway monetized. Like I got over the 500 sub mark on the channel, so that means I could create the membership thing, but you're not fully monetized until you get the 1,000 subscriber mark. Then you can start putting ads on your videos and start earning revenue and stuff from that. So I don't know if now that I've crossed the 500 subscriber mark and I've activated the monetization part, I don't know if now copyright is more difficult. It's more like particular on what you're uploading, because I've edited things out. I've lowered the volume. I've done all kinds of things, and it works for a little bit. Like it tells me that it's good, but they do have that little caveat in there, like the little read between the lines thing. The fine print says that it's not fully done doing a copyright check. It can still bring up copyright violations later on once the video is published. And I understand that. I know that going in, but if you're going to tell me that it's good to go when I initially upload it, then it should be good to go. Then there shouldn't be any reason to copyright. If you're going to take it down anyway, then take it down right before I publish it. Tell me that there's a violation and that I can't upload it so that I can change it before it goes live, and then I have to take it down again, and then I have to re-upload the same exact video, and people are getting confused, and it's just a whole thing. It's just a whole thing. I am almost to the point where I don't even want to upload the video anymore. But it would be one thing if it wasn't the season finale. Like, it's the season 1 finale of Never Have I Ever. I have to put that video out there. That video has to go up. So I don't know if I have to. I just uploaded it again like 20 minutes ago. So we'll see if this one goes live. But if it doesn't and stays live, if it doesn't, then we're going to be in a little bit of a problem, because I have absolutely no idea what to do. I guess I can keep re-uploading it until I get it right. I thought that last night I did it, because I did it last night at like, I don't even know, like it was probably like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. I uploaded it or something like that, maybe a little earlier. And it was going live, it was working. And it was like, I was like, okay, so I'll keep checking on it periodically and I'll see if it gets taken down. I kept checking on it like every hour or hour and a half or so, and it was still up there. And I was like, okay, this one must work. And then I woke up this morning, it was still live. And it had been live for like 12 hours. And I was like, okay, so we're going to be good to go. The video is going to stay up this time. I finally fixed it. But then at like noon, it got taken down again. For like, what are we doing here? I understand it keeps telling me that NBC, excuse me, that NBC Universal is the one that's blocking it or the one that's copywriting it. I just don't know why they keep saying it. Keeps coming up with the music in the back, and I understand that the music in the season 1 finale was very heavily not copyright or actual, it was very heavily copyright, and I understand that, so I was trying to take it out, but it's just like it's in the background of important scenes that need to be shown for the watcher, the viewer of the video to get the context of the episode. It's already hard enough for them to get the context of the episode by me cutting in and out. So I try to give them as much context as possible, but then you get the background music and stuff, and that really screws you sometimes because you can't lower the volume, or it lowers the volume of the actual scene, and you can't lower the volume you can't cut it out because it's important context to the episode, and it's a battle. It is a battle. But this video, or this episode, did have it had like the U2 song in the background for a lot of it, because that was Mohan's favorite song. It's a Beautiful Day or something like that. So that one I understand. That one I get why it's getting taken down, because that's a very popular song and I don't have the rights to it, obviously. So I understand why that's getting taken down, but I'm trying my best to cut through it and so that it doesn't get taken down, and you keep telling me that it's going to work. You keep giving me the green light to upload it, and then an hour or 2 hours later, you take it back down. What are we doing here? If you're going to take it down, let me take it down before I publish it so nobody gets confused. Nobody's watching the same exact video 5 times. I'm trying my best. It's difficult. It is very difficult. I'm not sure. That video's got to go up. It's the season finale. It's got to stay up. So I'm going to keep my eye on it again. I don't know what I'm going to do if it goes down again. I guess the only thing I can do is just upload it again. Just keep trying. So I feel bad for everybody that's watched the video, because it's the same. I wonder if people think that it's a different video. It's not a different video. It's the same exact video. It's just a little bit shorter each time because I've had to cut out different things for it. So yeah, that's basically my little rant on my frustrations with with YouTube and NBC Universal and not letting me put this freaking thing out. Oh, okay. I know that this is not a scheduled stream. I kind of just went live out of the blue, and that's because I don't know. I hadn't been live since I think the last time was like December or something when I went live, and I wanted to get it. I wanted to be live again. I haven't been live all of 2024, and I like being live with you guys, so I wanted to be live again. And I didn't really have any time other than like right now, so I was like, you know what, screw it. We're not gonna announce it. We're just gonna pop it up. We're gonna pop it up, see what happens, and then I can use it as my rants. It just so happened that this random stream coincides with my rant that I was having. So, but I just wanted to pop it up. I don't know how long we're gonna be live. Maybe a half hour, an hour. I just wanted to pop in and be live for the first time in 2024. But also to talk to you guys and to talk about Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Season 2, I'm pretty sure was confirmed. I'm pretty sure it was, because we had ourselves that little Disney Plus announcement thing that they did, and they talked about a bunch of different things, a bunch of different movie releases for 2023, for 2020, not for 2023, for 2024, for 2025, for 2026. They talked about all this kind of stuff. And then they talked about Percy Jackson and the Olympians getting a season 2, which is something that I absolutely wanted, because I feel like there's so much more content. Obviously, there's so much more content because there's a ton of books out, but there's so much more content that they didn't even touch in season 1 that they can explore in season 2 and hopefully in season 3 and season 4 and all that kind of stuff. And season 1 was received so well by me, by you guys, by just everybody that watched the show on Disney Plus, that it has earned itself a season 2. At least that's what I've seen. I haven't seen anyone like disregard it or say that was false. I'm pretty sure it's happening. I'm pretty sure season 2 is happening. So I hope that in season 2 we get the answers for a few different things, like why or what's going to happen with Luke after he left, got away from Percy and Annabeth. Is Grover going to find Pan? Like, nobody's been able to find Pan. None of the searchers have been able to find Pan, but is Grover going to be the one to do it? He might have done it in the book. I don't know. And then are we going to get Percy and his dad versus Zeus. What are they going to do with Zeus? Because now the actor, it's something Reddick. I apologize, I forget his first name. But he's passed away. So are they going to do a whole thing like the gods can take the form of any human that they want? They just happen to choose this specific, the way that they look, like this human look. So maybe they can have a different actor portray him and just say that he's chosen a different form, I guess. But they could also, for that to make sense, I feel like they would have to also recast one of the other gods to say that all of them have changed their forms from season 1 to season 2. But I guess that might be a little bit too much. Maybe that they wouldn't have to do that. But that would also make a little bit more sense, I would think. Right? Because why would Zeus change his form? I guess maybe it would make sense because, oh, now a demigod, a forbidden child, has seen Zeus's human form. Now he's got to change it so that you don't know what he looks like the next time. I guess that could make sense. But it just throws a little bit of a wrench into the plans now that obviously he didn't want to pass away. I understand that. But it just throws a little bit of a wrench into the plans of what they're going to do now. Because the actor that played the human form of Zeus is dead. So I don't know what they're going to do on that part. But then we also got to find out some more information about Annabeth. And we got to find out about her relationship. We can probably go deeper into a relationship with her mom, with her dad. Like, we can do all this stuff. We can go into more deeper stuff with all kinds of different things. So season 2 opens up all these different things that I'm super excited about, because there's so many different questions that need to be answered from season 1, and so many different plot lines that they can go through that they left open in season 1 that now we can take further in season 2. And I'm hoping that they get more episodes in season 2. I'm hoping that they get longer episodes in season 2, even though it is a little bit annoying for a long episode to edit. But that's not a big problem. I enjoy editing those videos. So I'm hoping that they get longer episodes. I'm hoping that they get more episodes per season. All kinds of different things for season 2 is possible. So I'm just hoping for good things. I'm just hoping for good things. And obviously we're not going to get the season 2 until 2025, I would assume, at the earliest, because they just wrapped up season 1. It just went live, and then they didn't even know if they were going to get a season 2. Now it's confirmed. So now they got to do all the production. They got to do all the casting for new roles. They got to do all the writing. They got to write obviously the story, the script. They got to do all kinds of different things. And then that's just before they even film it. Then they got to film it. Then they got to edit it. Then they got to do post-production. Then they got to do reshoots possibly. So like there's a whole lot of stuff that has to happen before it was even finished filming. And then when it's finished filming, then you got to edit it, and then it's got to take a while. That takes a long time, and then it goes live. So I'm assuming at the earliest we could get season 2 would be December of this year, or maybe it would go into 2025 and we could get it like March or April of 2025. That's a possibility, but we'll have to wait and find out. I don't know for sure when it would go, when they would put it live. Maybe they would have to wait until like a big month release. Sometimes April is a big month release for shows, so maybe they would wait till April. I'm not 100% sure. But I like the fact that it got confirmed. It needed to get confirmed because it was such a good show. Like it was a really good show, and it needed to be confirmed for the fans of the show and for the fans of the books to know that this isn't going to be just a waste of time again. Like the movies, I understand the movies aren't good, but the movies, a lot of people were burned by those movies because they weren't so good. And then the fact that they made 2 of them, people probably feel that they wasted their time and that they didn't really do much with the story that followed the books. And you know how people are when they're big fans of a book and then it gets adapted into a movie and then that movie changes a lot of things. People that are fans of the book can get a little angry and vengeful and spiteful because the movie didn't follow exactly the format or the structure of the book. And sometimes that's understandable, and sometimes the books aren't made for movies. Like, they're not made to be seen on a movie screen in the exact same way, copy and paste it from the book to the movie, like to the book to on screen. Sometimes you do have to adapt things from a book to a movie to make it make more sense, or to make it flow a little bit better in terms of, like, you're watching it instead of reading it, and you're picturing it in your mind, and instead of actually seeing it on screen and stuff. So, like, there's obvious reasons why a book to movie, or a movie to book, no, book to movie, I had it right the first time, a book to movie adaptation is not exactly one for one the entire way, because you gotta obviously make some change. And the director or the screenwriters or whatever, the actors, they might not have read the books, or they might not have the same vision that you have as your book reader, and they might do some creative changes. They might take some creative liberties and think that they know that this is going to work better or whatever, and then they change it. So there's plenty of different possibilities, plenty of different reasons why the books aren't exactly how a book isn't exactly how a movie is when it's an adaptation. But as for Percy Jackson, I feel like the show, as you guys were telling me in the comments of every episode, the show was doing a lot of stuff that was the same as the books, but it was also doing a lot of stuff that was in future books. So, like, they were taking things from book 2, book 3, book 4, book 5, all this stuff, and they were bringing it into season 1, stuff that in book 1 was never even mentioned, but in season 1 of the show they talked about. And you guys were saying that it was working for you. So, I mean, it can work sometimes when you take things from other books and move it into a season 1 of a show. Like, for instance, the Avatar stuff, it's not a book to a movie, it's a TV show, or like an animated TV show to a movie, to a live action thing. But I'm super excited for the live action Avatar because I'm a huge fan of Avatar. I watched all 3 of the seasons, book 1, book 2, book 3, and then I watched obviously Legend of Korra. So I'm a big fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and the fact that it's getting a live action. I was there when they made the first live action movie back in, I think it was like 2010. I'm pretty sure. So I was there. I watched it in the theaters when the movie happened, and honestly, it wasn't good. But they changed a lot of stuff in that movie. It was almost a different medium than Avatar: Last Airbender. So the fact that we're getting, like, accurate depictions of the characters, and we're getting accurate visual effects with the bending and all kinds of stuff, like, it makes it seem like they're actually going to do some things good with this live action Avatar: The Last Airbender thing on Netflix. Now, I don't know how long it's going to last. I hope it lasts for the entirety of the animated series, because the animated series was long. It had like 60 some episodes or something like that, because you can do a lot of filler stuff in animated TV, but in live action that doesn't really flow that well. So we'll see how that goes. And also, one big thing that I've seen that people are not happy about is the fact that they're going to change Aang and Sokka's personalities slightly. Like, they're going to make Sokka, in the show, if you haven't seen the show, in the show, at the very beginning, Sokka is very sexist, he's very arrogant, he's got a lot of characteristics, because he's the man of the tribe. I think he's the only guy left in the tribe, because all the men had to leave to go fight the Fire Nation, and so he was left in charge because he wasn't old enough to go fight, but he wasn't young enough to where he didn't understand it all. He was still like a preteen, I think. So he stays back to watch the tribe. He's the man of the tribe, so he develops all these sexist ideals and stuff, and then you can see that change throughout his time with Aang and with Toph and throughout their time, throughout all 3 seasons, he grows, he meets all these different people, he falls in love a couple of times. Suki is the main reason why he changes, I would think. And so, like, all this stuff happens to Sokka throughout, but the core thing about Sokka is the beginning. He was sexist. He was brash and arrogant, and he thought that he knew best, and he thought he knew everything, and all this stuff. Like, that's a key component of Sokka's early character, and the fact that they're gonna change that because it might not work well to a larger audience is a little interesting. But I mean, you gotta keep the material the same, or it's not necessarily an adaptation at that point. It's a change. So that's one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about, a little bit worried about, because they might not do very well because they're going to change that. So I'm a little bit worried about that. And also, the director and the writers all said that they're going to change Aang a little bit and not make him as childish as he was in the animated stuff, because, I mean, he's 12 years old. So obviously, and he was frozen in ice, so he has no idea that the war has been going on for 100 years because he left before it happened. So he has no idea what's happening. He just wants to be a kid. And he sees this pretty girl in front of him. He wants to impress her. So he just wants to be a kid. He wants to be childish. He says when they're going to the air temple, he wants to ride the giant koi fish, and he wants to do all this other stuff. And yeah, that probably doesn't play well in live action. I understand that. But the fact that they're going to take all that away and change him to be more about the mission, which is to get to the air temple and to get to the Northern Water Tribe and to find out all this stuff and get Katara a teacher and all this stuff. Like, I feel like it could be a little bit risky because obviously Aang is your main character. He needs to be childish. He's 12 years old. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. I'm super excited to do it. I don't think I'm going to be doing it as a reaction on the channel because I don't know how those videos would do in terms of views. It's not really my audience to watch Last Airbender, so I'll probably just watch it like normal. Let's just watch it as it's coming out. And I think since it's coming out on Netflix, all the episodes will be live at the same time, like, so you can just binge watch it, which is good. So we'll have to wait on that. But I don't think I'm going to do it like episode by episode reaction on the channel. I think I'll just watch it by myself. And then we can get back to hopefully Never Have I Ever, and then we can get more now that Percy Jackson's up, we can get back to Outer Banks hopefully, and we can get some more movie reactions out there. Although I don't know, maybe it's going to be a little bit more difficult. I might have to stop watching musicals if they're going to get me on U2 and stuff. I might have to stop watching musicals and just watch actual media and stuff, which is why Outer Banks would work. Although the background of Outer Banks, they do have a lot of songs in there, so that could be a little tricky. But I don't know. It's definitely going to be weird with the whole Never Have I Ever thing. Let me see if it's still up. I just need to keep checking to see if it is still up. It is still up. It's been up for 41 minutes. So we'll see if it stays. We will see if it stays. I don't think it will. I have little faith if it's gonna stay up or not. But I guess we'll find out. I've also been thinking about possibly doing okay. I just had a notification that scared me for a second. All right. So I've also been thinking about possibly doing one more thing from your guys' list you've given me, or you give me suggestions for possible lists. I've also got a video coming out next week for Valentine's Day, so be on the lookout for that. It's another top 10 video. I just got to actually film it. So I've got the Valentine's video coming out. I've got probably something else from your guys' list. I'll probably do a top 10 for I could probably do a top 10 Never Have I Ever, but we'll keep that on the back burner for right now. I want to do, where's your guys' list at? I want to do, here we go. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I could do. A lot of you guys have been asking for the One Piece thing, the live action One Piece. I'm just not a big One Piece fan. I don't know if, I'm sure I'll enjoy it, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to get invested. I've thought about doing Lockwood and Co. or Shadow and Bone. I've thought about doing one of those to add to the list. We've also got some very interesting things. We've got Surviving Summer, The Summer I Turned Pretty, My Life with the Walter Boys. Those are all ones I've wanted to give a shot, wanted to watch and react to with you guys. So those are like probably next up on the list of things that I want to do. Also, what else is on here that I have thinking? Maybe National Treasure, Edge of History. That could be something. Shameless. You guys put Shameless on here. So there's a lot of different things that I have that I could possibly do. I just don't know when I'm going to do it. If I'm going to have the time to do it. So we'll see. We will see. I've been thinking about doing, obviously I want to do Lemonade Mouth. I want to do that. I've been wanting to do that since I started the channel. I've been wanting to do Lemonade Mouth. I just haven't had the time to record it because it's, well, like an hour and a half long or something like that. So it's, doing the movies is a lot more difficult, obviously, than doing a show or something because it's a lot bigger of a commitment. You have to sit there and watch it for however long the movie is, and then you have to obviously edit it, and that takes a lot longer because it's longer, it's more content, so it takes longer to edit. So it's kind of like I want to do it, but then I don't want to do it because I know how much work it's going to be to edit it and stuff. So then it kind of like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't want to do the work afterwards. So then I don't do it because I know that I have to do the work afterwards. It's kind of an internal battle between I want to do this and I don't want to do this because it's going to be a lot of work, and I don't want to do the work because I'm already doing a lot of work with other channels and stuff. So it's kind of a battle, but I know that once I actually sit down and I watch whatever the movie is, whether it's Lemonade Mouth or whether it's I want to do The Greatest Showman, I want to react to that. I want to do I probably can't do the new Willy Wonka. It's probably too new. I would assume would get taken down pretty heavily. I mean, if the Never Have I Ever episode is getting taken down so heavily, I would assume that Willy Wonka would. But I want to do Greatest Showman. I want to do Lemonade Mouth. I want to do a bunch of different things. Not just musicals, but those happen to be two musicals. And maybe we dip into old school Disney. Like, not old school Disney, but like maybe we react to some stuff from my childhood on Disney. Maybe we react to, I don't know, some of the old school Disney movies that I watched. Like Disney Channel original movies, not actual Disney movies, because we could do a bunch of stuff. We could react to Lion King and Beauty and the Beast. I have wanted to do Beauty and the Beast. I do enjoy Beauty and the Beast. One of my favorite animated movies. I just don't know. I wouldn't do the live action one, even though the live action one has Evermore. Doesn't it have Evermore? Or does the animated one have it too? I can't remember exactly if it has it or not. But I have wanted to do Beauty and the Beast. But then that would open a whole can of worms. Then we'd have to do Snow White, and we'd have to do Cinderella, and we'd have to do all the Disney movies, the iconic Disney movies, if I did one of those. But that's probably down the line a little bit. I don't think I would do that right now. I probably wouldn't. I'd probably get through Lemonade Mouth and Greatest Showman first, and then we can talk about the animated stuff, because the animated stuff is decently long. So I don't know if I'd have the time to be able to do it, but I did think about that. And then maybe some, hold on, I gotta sneeze. All right, that was quite the sneeze. But anyway, I was thinking about possibly doing some, like I mentioned with like Disney Channel original movies. Like we could do the Wizards of Waverly Place movie that they did when they ended the series, because the new Wizards of Waverly Place thing is coming out soon. I'll probably give that a watch, but probably not on here. We could do the Sweet Life movie that they did, where they go to like that twin camp or whatever. That was pretty funny when I watched that. I'm a big Sweet Life fan. I enjoy those two series, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and then obviously Sweet Life on Deck. We could do all kinds of different things. Some of even the younger, like I haven't even done Camp Rock yet. I'll probably do all of the Camp Rock movies at some point. We'll get those done because I do enjoy those movies. I used to watch those a lot, so those will probably be ones that I take on. And then what other ones? There's a lot of different Disney Channel original movies that I do enjoy, that I think are funny, and we'll see how well they age. I haven't seen a lot of them in probably 10 or 12 years, so they probably haven't aged too well. Not a lot of stuff on Disney does age well, but that's just the product of the times. So we'll see what I do there. But there's a lot of different ideas that I have. I have a lot of different ideas for a lot of things, but the problem is I don't have a lot of time because I have 3 other channels that I do, including one where I upload every single day, and I don't just upload every single day, I upload long videos every single day. So it takes a lot of time to record, to edit. So it's pretty difficult, but we'll get some time. We'll get some time, and then we'll start pumping out some videos on this channel. Obviously, the top 10s are still coming. Those are a little easier to do. So the top 10s are still coming, and I don't want to do just top 10 for High School Musical. I want to do top 10s for Outer Banks, for Never Have I Ever, for Julie and the Phantoms, all kinds of, probably even for Percy Jackson too. So there's a lot of different things that are going to be coming to the channel, but I don't know when they're going to be coming because, like I said, time is a big factor. So I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But I don't think I'm going to be going live too much longer because I don't really have too much more time left before I have to go do other stuff. So, I don't know. Probably go live 45 minutes. We'll make it 45 minutes and then I'll cut it. I just don't know what else we can talk about though. Let me check the Percy Jackson stuff. Percy Jackson Season 2. Here we go. Okay, so Percy Jackson renewed for Season 2. Let me see if you can see this. Hold on. I gotta do this, but I gotta make sure it's recording the right thing. Okay, we're not recording the right thing. Or, yeah, we are recording the right thing. I just gotta move it over here. Or over here. Oh, that would work too. Alright, so basically we had ourselves second installment will follow Percy, Annabeth, and Grover as they embark on a new adventure based on the Sea of Monsters, which is good. The second book, best-selling series. I can't wait to bring the next season of Percy Jackson to Disney. Raise the anchors, hoist the mainsail, all hands on deck. They're heading to the Sea of Monsters. How is that going to work? How are they going to film a season on the ocean, on the water? That's going to be a little interesting. I don't know how they're going to do that. The renewal comes a week after Season 1 finale dropped on Disney. Has it already been a week? Wrapping up Percy's quest to find the Master Bolt. The series has been adapted from the book. According to Disney estimates, Season 1 generated more than 110 million hours of streaming. See, that's what I was talking about. More than 110 million hours of streaming. It was received very well. Deadline previously reported that the premiere episode amassed 26.2 million views in the first 3 weeks, but it was carried on Disney and Hulu. So maybe it's a little bit inflated because it was carried on both. But I'm just happy that it's getting a Season 2. Is there anything else, more information we can find out Forbes has a season 2 talking about season 2 here. Can I get rid of this? I don't think I can. Okay, there we go. Disney Plus concluded with an epic season 1 finale. It was pretty epic. So keep reading for everything we know about the installment. Based on 6, there were 6 fantasy novels. Okay, I didn't realize there were 6. The popular middle grade books, the Greek Gods, adapted from the Lightning Thief, 12-Year-Old Boys, Steal the Lightning Bolt. I don't think this is telling us that it was confirmed. My Last Day was all the underwater stuff. Oh, I like learning about that kind of stuff. Like they did predict he'll film more underwater scenes in the season, which is a bit nerve-wracking for the 15-year-old actor. My Last Day was all the underwater stuff. In episode 4, I fell off the St. Louis Arch. Then episode 6, I talked to the Naiad. I don't know how to pronounce that. That was my last 2 days. See, that's kind of cool stuff. I like how they splice everything together in editing. That's always the most interesting part of the movie making process for me is the editing part, because you can film like the last. You can have like your last day of filming be all of one specific thing. Like for Percy or for Walker, it was the all the underwater stuff. So he filmed episode 4's water stuff. He filmed episode 6's water stuff. Like he did that all in one day. But then in editing, they took it and they spliced it for each episode, which I find very interesting, because you never know when something was filmed, even though it was played. Like it's not, they don't just film it straight up. Like you don't film episode 1 everything together. You film all the certain stuff and then you take it in editing. And that's pretty interesting. I do enjoy that kind of stuff. So wait, what's he say after this? He says, when I talked to that was my last 2 days completely underwater. Those were really fun, but I'm a little bit nervous for next season because I have to keep my eyes open. Ooh, I can't keep my eyes open underwater, so that's pretty difficult. Good on him. On the second day, my eyes really started burning. I'll probably have to do a week of that. Ugh, that's not good. Also told the platform they're excited for new characters in season 2, including Talia, Zeus's forbidden child. I'm excited for that too. I want to see what they do with that. That's another question that I had. Hoping to get answered. And the Cyclops Tyson. Yeah, we want to see that as well. The trio reveal they're looking forward to see Dior Goodjohn and Charlie Bushnell's roles as Clarice and Luke. Oh, that's their actual names. I didn't know that was their actual names. But I want to see more of Clarice. I want to see more of Luke. I want to see some good stuff about them and learning more about Luke, his background, and all that kind of stuff. And probably Clarice, I would assume, would turn to the good side, but I don't know. I didn't read the books. I don't know if she ever turns to the good side or not. This says that, this is just recapping what we talked about earlier. The synopsis of Sea of Monsters reads, when Talia's tree is mysteriously poisoned, the magical borders of Camp Half-Blood begin to fail. Now Percy and his friends have just days to find the only magical item powerful to save the camp before it's overrun by monsters. They must sail into the Sea of Monsters to find it. Okay. Along the way, Percy must stage a daring rescue to save Grover. He learns a terrible secret about his own family. Oh, great. Which makes it question whether being the son of Poseidon is an honor or a curse. Oh, it's most definitely a curse. I don't know why you would ever think it's an honor. Let's see. John Steinberg confirmed deadline in December. There have been discussions about moving forward with another run. I think everyone has real hope. Yeah, it did get confirmed. Oh, here we go. This is big. Who will play Zeus in Percy Jackson Season 2? Zeus's character confirmed that Zeus's character will be recast in Season 2 following Lance Reddick's sudden death last year. Reddick passed away on March 17th, 2023 from a heart disease. Okay. I didn't realize how he passed away. This is not the first time we've had to deal with something like this. The way we tried to approach it in the past is that you are both trying to honor his performance and the character that he helped define and create. That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. And also to make space for someone new to do the same thing and have some room for their voice to come through as well. It's difficult to have two different human beings that have the same character, but life happens, and sometimes that's where you are. Yep, I like that's pretty good explanation of what of what they're going to try to do here. So I don't think they're going to give us any more. Added that they have time to recast Zeus, who doesn't have major role in Sea of Monsters. Okay, so he won't be shown as much because he doesn't have as big of a role. So we don't see Zeus again for a little bit, so we'll have a minute to try and find the right fit. I like that. Showing it it's not ideal, but certainly I think his mark on that role will be felt with whoever steps into his shoes. It's a tall order. That's true. Okay, so they handle that pretty well. They have a lot of time before they have to find somebody. They have a lot of time. Will Percy Jackson get a season 2? We already know that it is. What's this say? The creative team's job will be to build on a solid foundation. They did give us a pretty solid foundation. I will say that. It is a pretty solid foundation. It was off to an excellent start. Let's see. Fine-tune the story in season 2 and do even better. I like that. What would Percy Jackson season 2 be about? It would be about Sea of Monsters. The general plot of Sea of Monsters concerns Talia's tree. Zeus turned his forbidden daughter into a tree when she tried to protect Annabeth Chase, Luke, and Grover. And it's being poisoned now. Campers do not know yet, but this is another step in Luke and Kronos' multi-layered plan to destroy Olympus. Ooh. I like that. First, though, Grover puts on a wedding dress as a disguise, and Percy plays dodgeball with cannibals. Okay. That's going to be interesting. I like that. I hope they adapt those things. Seeing Grover in a wedding dress would be hilarious. During his quest to find Pan, Grover is held hostage by a giant cyclops named Polyphemus? Polyphemus? I don't know how to say that. To ensure he stays alive, Grover convinces the monster that he's another cyclops, a woman cyclops, that he would be set to marry. Grover establishes an empathy link with Percy, which essentially allows the best friends to occasionally feel what the other's feeling, see what the other sees, or show up in each other's dreams. Percy, knowing his best friend is dangerous, is determined to save him. Meanwhile, Annabeth proposes that the best way to save Talia's tree from its suddenly rapid decay is to find the Golden Fleece. Okay, the Golden Fleece. It brought prosperity to the land. Animals stopped getting sick. Plants grew better. Farmers had bumper crops. The heck is bumper crops? Plagues never visited. That's why Jason wanted the fleece. It can be revitalize any land where it's placed. It cures sickness, strengthens nature, and cleans up pollution. Okay. I like that. But they have to go to the Sea of Monsters to get it. Percy and Annabeth propose that they go on a quest to find the fleece and rescue Grover, but located on an island in the perilous Sea of Monsters. But Clarice was sent instead. I remember that from the movies. I'm pretty sure, doesn't she get, like, swallowed in that little thing that they have, like the big whirlpool, and then they find her down there? I'm pretty sure she's down there. After a visit from Hermes, though, Percy sneaks out of camp and goes on the quest anyway, accompanied by Annabeth and his half-brother Tyson, a kind young Cyclops. On their journey, Percy and Annabeth, Tyson, eventually Clarice and Grover face many challenges, obstacles, and enemies. Notable fan-favorite sequences include Circe's Island is turned into a guinea pig, okay, a battle with a Hydra outside of a monster donut shop, and an encounter with deadly sirens. Ooh. So potential returning cast. The members of Season 1 cast who return in their roles, or were to reprise their roles, most likely than not, expressed excitement about adapting it. Yeah, the only major recast is going to be Zeus. We knew that already. But he doesn't do very much in Sea of Monsters, so that's pretty good. Actors returning to their lead roles would be Walker, Percy, Annabeth, and Grover. That's nice. No recast there. I wouldn't think that there would be. And then they had Luke is coming back. Andrew Alvarez is coming back as Chris Rodriguez. Kyron is coming back. Sally's coming back. Lin-Manuel Miranda's coming back. And then Dionysius is coming back. He's hilarious, by the way. Jason Mantzoukas, I think is how you say his name. He's hilarious. But then Clarice is going to get a larger role. Okay. Clarice is going to get a larger role. Can I see... Is this the same girl? Hold on. Is it going to tell me what she's on? Enters Percy after years of acting. She was in season 4 of Glee. I didn't know that. I'd never seen Glee. Maybe we should add that to the list. Major actor on the hit Fox comedy, playing a younger version of Naya Rivera Santos Lopez. Okay. Santana Lopez. So this is just talking about Glee. Is she in... I gotta look it up now. What's her name? Dior Goodjohn. I gotta find out. Dior Goodjohn. Is she in... Where's her IMDb? There it is. Known for Glee, The Unicorn, Percy Jackson, Are You Afraid of the Dark? So it's not the same girl. Okay. I thought it was the same girl as... that starred in... what's it called? I forget what the name of it is. The why am I forgetting the name of it? National Treasure. I thought it was the same girl that starred in that, but it's apparently it's not. They look very similar. Well, then what's the National Treasure Book of Secrets? No, that's not what I wanted. Edge of History is what I wanted. Oh, it's this girl. They look similar to me for some reason. I don't know why. But at least I know that now they're not the same person. Close this. So we know now that there's going to be a season 2, which is nice. I'm glad there's going to be a season 2. Hold on. Let me get this back up so we can do a little end of stream recap here. Okay, so that's going to do it for this stream. I just wanted to go live, pop up randomly, and talk to you guys about my thoughts. Basically, it was about my rant about Never Have I Ever. Is it still up? I didn't check. I got to check. It is still up. It's been up for an hour. We'll see how long it lasts this time. But I just wanted to go live to basically just rant for a little under an hour. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know when the next time I will go live is, but I will announce it this time instead of just randomly popping up. So check the community tab if you're curious about when the next time I'm going to go live is. It'll be there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. Be on the lookout for more content from me, including top 10s, including more reactions to probably Outer Banks, Never Have I Ever Season 2, maybe some more movies in the future. So yeah, we got a lot of important stuff coming, and I'm excited. I can't wait. But I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.